Well, hello, Facebook. How are you today? Just want to talk about some things that I've learned throughout the years to grow and to be a better girlfriend. Um, I was in one relationship that this lady didn't need for anything because I made sure she had it. Um, Attention. I made her know that I was there for her. I had her back. I was the ride or die chick. I did all that. I cooked and cleaned. I watched the kids, and the majority of the time, when I watched um, the kids relied on me a lot. Before I go further, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and let's talk about it, all right? So, I was in another relationship a little while after that, but I had time to think. I had time to reflect on what I've done and what I could have done better or how I could have reacted differently. Um, I also got books that I read and how to, further my relationship. I had books, I read them. I adjusted that to my life, to whatever that was going on in my life at that time. So, another relationship I was in, I can't say that I was in love with her like I was the other one, but I care for her. I care for her a lot. I can say I was loving her, but it was very toxic. When a person talks to you and they want you to hear their point of view, but they don't want to hear yours, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem because it's two people in a relationship and you need to stop and listen to what this person is saying, or don't expect for that person to listen, and don't expect the person to listen and do what you want them to do because you didn't listen to them. So why would they listen to you? Yeah, yeah, she was very toxic. I was with her for 14 years and we yelled. I screamed at her from the top of my voice. I put her out of my house several times. It was just so much because the person thinks, when one person thinks they're smarter than the other, you're not. When one person thinks that what they say is right, you're not. Just because I didn't say anything or I didn't elaborate on that, don't mean you're right. It means that I don't want to give you enough energy to elaborate on it. It doesn't mean that you're right. So, she did me like that quite a bit. And so that was one of the reasons why I put her out of my house. You don't want to listen to me, leave. Or go look at yourself in the mirror and talk to that. Look at the mirror and call that Belinda. Because I don't have time for it. But yeah, I yelled at her a lot. I hated the way that I was with her. I needed to get out of that relationship. And so once I did get out of that relationship, it was no turning back. I needed to go. I needed to do me. So again, I took some time out for myself. I took about 3 years. Not messing with anybody, not talking to no women, not trying to give nobody no vibe or anything. I just took time for me because I'm not perfect. And I know that I did some wrong in that relationship. I never cheated on her. I never wanted to. It was just the fact that she thought that she was always right. And whatever she say to you, she wants to convince you that that's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do for you. It's not the right thing to do for me. And you can't tell me how to run anything in my life. I'm grown. Got out of my mama's house when I was 18. I don't need no more help. That's what happened. So I don't, if it's a good idea and I think that I can maneuver around the idea and get things to go my way, yes, I would take your advice. But if I think also that you just blowing smoke up my butt, you ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself, because I'm not gonna listen to whatever you gotta say. Like I said, we yelled at each other. We called each other names. And that was the one thing that I didn't want to do when I go into another relationship. I didn't want to call nobody out of their name. I didn't want to yell at them. I didn't want to disrespect them in no kind of way, because I feel like once you start disrespecting them, you start losing respect for them. So yeah, I lost respect for her. I did. And because of the way that she talked to me. I don't like anybody to talk to me the way that my parents didn't talk to me. My parents never degraded me or downed me or made me feel less than. And I'm not going to tolerate it in a relationship that I'm in. Point blank, period. So, yeah, I did that. Another relationship I was in, and I grew a lot with her. I grew a lot with her because she was what I was looking for, because she didn't yell. She said what she was going to say, and that was the end of it. We talked a lot. We communicated a lot. Not only when we got mad at each other, we communicated a lot. We laughed a lot. We got along. And she taught me that you don't need to step on nobody's neck to have a bigger ground. You don't have to have a bigger ground when you're in a relationship. You can have the same type of ground, but you don't have to have a bigger ground. So I took that from her. It's 5 days in a week. No, it's 7 days in a week. If an argument lasts way before that, I'm not into it. I'm shutting off. I'm shutting down, because you can't make me feel the way I don't want to feel. And I'm asking you guys this question. What is love to you? Love to me is communication, understanding. Love to me is unconditional love. Love is patient. Love is showing your husband or wife or partner how you want to feel. Talk, not yell. Talk out your differences and move past it. And love is when I tell you something. It was just a story that I was telling you that happened in my life. I don't mean for you to bring it up when you get angry and try to downgrade me because I told you this story. That's what love is. Love is, I remember when my mom passed away, and I had a hard time. Because I used to call her a lot and talk to her about my job and make her laugh and stuff like that. But I had a hard time because out of all my mom's kids, she loved us all unconditionally. And that was my biggest thing, that I didn't have anybody in my life to love me unconditionally until my god kids, my grandkids. I know they love me no matter what I do. And that's a rewarding feeling, that you can feel that love from them. And I do each time I talk to them or I see them. I feel that love from them. So there is another way that I can get that unconditional love that my mom gave me. I remember my mom and dad's relationship. Um, they did death do them part, and I was married at the time, and I wanted to be like my mom. I wanted to have my partner in my life as long as they had each other. And the only thing that I regret about getting divorced is that I couldn't stand for the things that was going on with me in that relationship. So there was no way that I needed to keep it. I needed to get out of there. And but my only regret is that I couldn't love him forever. That was my only regret because of the way I was raised. That's the only thing. The way I was raised. That's what I'm speaking on. Not only that, so the last relationship that I was in, she was kind, she was gentle. We loved each other. We talked, we laughed, we cried. It was great. But have you ever been in a relationship when you can't pull through? When you can't make this person understand that I'm not gonna do those things. I'm not gonna argue and fuss and do those things with you. I'm not gonna do that. And you're not gonna make me do it because I'm a grown woman all day. 7 days a week, 365 days of a year. That's what I am. I'm a grown woman. So you can't convince me to think the way you think, to act the way you act. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do me. And that's all that matters, is that I do me at the end of the day. Sorry, I sound like a man at that moment. But you just have to step back, step out of your body and look at yourself and see what you're doing wrong. And I feel like I've done things wrong in my relationships, but never not once have I took my relationships for granted. Never not once that, even though one of my relationships, we argued, we fussed all the time, but she never made me feel less than. And even when you try and make me feel less than, I'm a big girl. You can't make me feel that way. I'm going to do me, and I don't care how you think about it. I'm going to do me. And I'm going to take what you said and I'm going to throw it in the trash can with the trash. Because it's not a reflection on me. You know, when a person can always come up with so many things that's wrong with you, they need to step back and see the things that's wrong with them. Because there are things wrong with you that you're not addressing, but you put it on someone else. And that's just my opinion. I have opinion, and that's what it is. But just because you think that you know me better than I know me, can't. You can't. You can't know me better than I know me. You can't assume that I'm something and that's the way I feel about you. Yeah, I don't care about all that. I just look at it like, you know what? My lips are dry, guys. But you know what? A partnership is, let's do this together. No matter if you're mad at me or not, you always have my back. No matter if we're out of town or out of state, I can call on you to ease my mind on whatever's going on. Not you always thinking the worst, you know. It's easy to think the worst about people when you don't think the best about yourself. That's just the way I feel. You know, the Lord says, do unto others if you will have them do unto you. Now, when people disrespect me, call me out of my name, assume things that they think what's going on, it's not true. It's not true. You assuming things, and that's reflection on you. You assuming things like what you've gone through in your life. Do unto others, you will have them do unto you. So if you don't want nobody to assume, you don't want nobody to degrade, you don't want nobody to step on your neck, you don't want nobody to show you disrespect, don't do it to them. Don't do it to them, because you know what? Everybody have their breaking point. And if your breaking point happens 12 months out of a year, you need some help. You need some help. Even if your breaking point is one day out of 1 month for 12 months, look at yourself. Look at yourself, because you can't blame everything on somebody. You know, you got to be grown enough to say, yeah, well, it happened. I got through it. Life goes on. That's what happens. Life goes on. If you don't respect your partner that you say you care about, how you expect them to expect you? But I'm going to get off of here, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know, I hope you guys get something out of this conversation that we had. Give me a thumbs up. That's help my channel grow. Tell a friend about my channel. Tell them to subscribe to my channel. And let's talk again. If you have any questions or concerns, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Leave me some comments down below and let me know what you guys want to see me do or talk about. Because I just want to share with you guys a lot of things. And I can't share them if I don't have no comments. So let's do that. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out in the open. Let's not hide anything. Let's be transparent. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give me a notification bell, and thumbs up. That's what helped my channel grow. Love you. What we about? Peace, love, and happiness.